Okay, today we're making the basic recipe for Hashwah. Hashwah is used on many traditional Lebanese dishes. The first one I'd recommend is raw kibbeh, which is kibbeh. It's used as a topping for the kibbeh before you serve it. It's also used when you do baked kibbeh. It's the layer in between the kibbeh, and it's also used for the filling for meat pies and stuffed eggplant. That's the filling you use for that. So it's used in a lot of different Lebanese recipes, dishes. Okay, so we've already started this recipe for Hashwah. We started with 1 onion, and we sauteed it in about a half a stick of butter. Then after we got it just slightly wilted, we added a pound of ground lean meat. It can be just like hamburger meat, just a ground meat. We added that, and that's where we are right now on this. We've started cooking that, and so we'll cook that until it's done. Okay, so the meat filling, it is in the process of cooking, and while it's cooking, we're going to add the seasonings, the spices. So this is a teaspoon of pepper, a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of cinnamon, a teaspoon of allspice. And we're just going to have that, and we're going to mix it in to the meat filling, and we're going to cook it. Okay, so this is pretty well done. I'm going to taste. You have to taste this, guys, because you may have to adjust the seasoning. You want to make sure it has enough salt, and you can taste the cinnamon and allspice. Again, it's a matter of tasting and to your preference. This tastes good to me. So at this point, I'm going to add the pine nuts. And this is a half a cup of pine nuts that will go into this. Okay, now the pine nuts are optional. I usually use the pine nuts in the Hashwah when I'm making baked kibbeh, is when I usually use them. You don't have to use them for just like for the raw kibbeh or any of the other recipes, but you can. It's what your taste is on the pine nuts.